It is an important question that where and when the mindfulness begins. First of all, the mindfulness and meditation are synonyms. We have created a lot of barriers. We advocate without knowing that mindfulness is from the Buddhist tradition. Just to give you an example, 1500 years before the Buddha was born, the great master Kapila, in his text, defines meditation as dhyanam nirvishayam mana, when the mind is devoid of all the contents. It is the state of the mindfulness. So one thing to understand that the Eastern wisdom and the psychology follows the same fundamentals. And the same fundamentals have been advocated and taught by these great masters, whether it is Kapila, whether it is Shankara, whether it is Buddha, and other masters. Now, the answer to the question comes when and where the mindfulness begins. We have a common principle: going within, living within, and awakening within. These three principles applies to all the practices of mindfulness or meditation, going within. Here I'm in New Jersey and you are in California. The second person is just outside my home. And third person is maybe 20 miles away from my house. I say the same principle to everyone: going within, that you have to go within my home. See, the principle is the same. When I say mindfulness is effortless, it is the state of doing nothing. So the person in California has to make an effort to reach just outside my home to go within. So the journey of the mindfulness, for example, the person in California starts with an effort, and when he reaches just outside my home, it is an effortless. But the person who is already outside, and I say, come on, move with it, there is no effort required. And the person 20 miles away, he say, oh, let me do something, let me drive to your home and I'm coming. Similarly, every individual is different. Even when the practices of mindfulness may appear same, the mind of an individual accepts the journey differently. And that is why these great masters have customized these practices based on the same fundamentals. You are in the state of anxiety, and I ask you to close your eyes, and you are not able to do it. You don't understand it. That means you are already in California. First, I have to bring your mind back to self-awareness. And for that, we have hundreds of tools and steps to bring the mind back, raise your self-awareness, and then awareness moves within. Buddha taught one principle, and there are many other principles and the steps that are given to the students treading the path of mindfulness and meditation. The simplest way what I guide people is the four-step relaxation. You can say it's a mini mindfulness. When and where. Here and now. Where is here and now? So in the four-step relaxation practice that you can find the videos on the YouTube. First step is the awareness of the body. Why? Because the habitual mind considers I am the body. Second step is discovery and awakening and experiencing the stillness in the body. It has two purposes. First, it prevents the unconscious mind to return at that moment, and second, it gives you a personal experience that the mind is ready to go within. And the third step is awareness within. That means living within. So it has two parts. The living within, the first part that you are aware of yourself inside. Something like this, that the moment you moved inside, now you are aware of inside your home. Neighbors, the streets, the cars, everything is out of your sight. You did not make any effort to drop those neighbors in the streets and the cars outside. It happened. And the fourth step is the breath awareness. We simply talk about mindful of the breath, be mindful of the breath. Yes, it is okay at the intellectual level. But not that intellectual level leads us to understanding. But understanding is not an experience if you don't practice it. So when you practice, it translates into a conscious experience of going within, living within, and as you continue the practice, it leads to awakening, and that awakening is known as the state of mindfulness.